Hey, we've caught up with Jason Alexander, Lou.
It is very cool, and to hear him talk is really incredible. And he just told us just a couple of minutes ago, it's the first time you've ever been in Iowa. What took you so long?
Where has Iowa's employment for poor little short guys been? You're beating the national average on unemployment in a landslide, and yet you've refused to bring me into the fold.
Well, the one thing that I was really impressed with when you were talking is you mentioned that you said you love the president, and you're not embarrassed to say so. You said you have a man crush on him. What's that all about, my friend?
I do. I have a little man crush on the president. Is that wrong? Is that wrong of me to say? No, I do. I really admire this president. I think he came in under circumstances that are extraordinary. I mean, not unheard of in our nation's history, but extraordinary nonetheless. And I think he's a man of integrity, intelligence, conviction. He has stated his policies. He has followed his policies. I think they're creating results, and I think, given the opportunity, they're going to continue to lead us in the right direction.
And that's your personal opinion.
That is
You're
my
also here
humble little opinion.
To get out the message to just no matter what your opinion is, vote.
That is actually the most important part of this. I mean, Iowa has an extraordinary, what I think should be national standard of 40 days of early voting. We're so antiquated in the way we cast votes in this country. That's an amazing opportunity, and really provides no reason or excuse for anybody to not vote in
Right.
this state. What is more frustrating than anything are people that sit back and gripe and complain about the government and the Washington and the politicians, but have had no participation. They don't read up on the issues. They don't hear what the other side has to say. And most of them don't even get out and even push the lever or poke the hole or whatever they have to do. So go do it.
You kind of mentioned your past voting record and having voted for conservative people.
Sure.
How many Republicans are there in Hollywood?
More than you would know. I got to tell you, Hollywood has this, this label of being
they
the
come out at
bastion
night?
of liberals. No, for some reason they're not always outspoken. I mean, that was the one thing about Clint Eastwood that I think was admirable, is that he's passionate about his convictions, and he got up in a major way and said, look, a lot of conservatives in Hollywood are very quiet about their feelings. They may be working behind the scenes, but they don't come out and say, here's who I am and this is what I believe. Not that a celebrity should ever have to, not that any community has to stand up and talk about their convictions, but by the same token, there's no reason that just because we do what we do for a living that we stop being citizens. And the most important right that we have is to be able to engage each other in how we feel our government, our representative government, should be going. So I thought it was admirable on Clint's part. But there are a lot. There are a lot. Believe me.
There are. And you said that you don't particularly enjoy going out and being the celebrity, but that you do it to make sure that you're being stood up and being heard.
I will do it when a cause is right for it. If it shouldn't matter that my being here brings press to this office where great work is being done. The important thing is that great work is being done in this office. But sometimes these things go unrecognized unless somebody in the news or a familiar face shows up and points at it. So if I have to be that guy in order to applaud good work or bring things to the light, I will happily do it.
I have seen your hands now in public, and they are...
Not exactly hand model hands.
come on, I think they are hand modeled.
No, the cuticles. I need a manicure, and I need a little cream, and they're kind of short, stubby fingers at this point
And
for a short, stubby guy.
I hope that I'm like the millionth person to ask you about being a hand model. But thanks for taking
pleasure.
time to answer a couple of our silly questions.
Any old time.
And I think the most important message you had was in the midst of our conversation is you need to get out and vote. Doesn't matter who you're going to vote for,
Correct.
but you need to get out and vote. And like we've said on the radio for many, many years, Heather, you can't bitch if you don't vote.
Jason, thanks.
Did you say bitch on the radio?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Wow, you guys, very liberal state. That's all I'm saying.